right, welcome back to 317 Wellness Podcast. This is your host,
Jody.
And Tim. So this is our second episode. We're going to be talking about how to maintain your health while raising the family. And we're going to be talking about some systems, right?
Yeah, some systems, some tips that really work for us as parents with young children. How do we maintain our health, maintain our goals, things like that? Really, how did we maintain this during our 6-week challenge too, things like that?
Exactly. You guys know, people who are out there who have families, it's definitely hard.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the chaos of everything, the daily, the different schedules. We got one kid in elementary school, one that's a toddler, so going through all that development, it gets a little dicey sometimes. So we feel ya. We know that it's a challenge sometimes, so we wanted to share what really keeps us sane and keeps us moving towards our goals. Our biggest one, I think for sure, is our food. Nutrition is huge for our family. It is a priority. It's where we honestly spend a lot of time and money. So
yeah, and the thing is that a lot of people come to me and asking me like, how do I lose my gut? What exercise can I do to lose this weight? I think that that's kind of a wrong question to ask because as trainers, we both know what's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing to losing that fat is nutrition. There are no exercises that really target fat loss in your gut. So you have to be eating the right foods. And so for us, we meal plan and prep every single week. And so we either do it together if we can, or sometimes if time is a little bit more challenging, we have to do it individually. But when Tim plans, what you want to tell him how you do things with your systems?
Okay, so when it comes down to prepping my foods, I like to keep things more variety because when I competed back in a long time ago, I don't know how long ago it was, I had prep chicken and rice for the whole entire week, and that got disgusting. It got bland, it got boring. So once I understood what my macronutrients were, now I can plan things out a little bit better. So the way that I do it is that I prep for half of the week one meal for my lunches, and then the second half of the week I change it up with a different meal for the rest of the week.
So
and
it's
that
not boring.
So it's not boring. That's how I've been able to really stick to this long term.
I think what's helped you a lot is I see you got your Pinterest account, you've got your TikTok. So there are a lot of different meals that you can just find those healthy recipes. I mean, I've had people ask me like, well, where do you get that? Where do you find that? And I don't know, my mind just Google it. Just like if you've got this ingredient and this vegetable and you're like, I don't know what to do. Hey, just throw that into a Google search and be like chicken plus zucchini plus whatever. And you're going to get something. There's something out there for you that you can put together. So.
And it does take a little bit of time. If you can just give yourself about 45 minutes to an hour
to make the list.
But as you go on through your journey, start finding foods that you enjoy, plugging them into your gallery, saving them into your Pinterest. I also use TikTok as well. TikTok is a huge one that I enjoy because I don't like to read. I like to see. I'm visual. I like to see the things.
Oil and water, folks. Oil and water. I love to read a recipe and he's in there watching a video. Whatever.
I hate reading. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. Anyways, so that is huge with having the system with your nutrition, is having a plan with how you're going to find your food, right?
Yeah. And I think another thing too with the meal planning and prepping is just it takes, you said, like 45 minutes to an hour maybe to get all your recipes down, and then from there we have our grocery list. We make the grocery list out of that meal plan, right? So then we know everything. We have our staples that we have, but having that list and getting prepared in that way really sets us up for success during our week.
Yes. And I think this is where a lot of people lack in, because there are people who just day by day decide what to eat.
We've definitely ran into some people that are just like, well, after work I just go to the grocery store and decide, and that doesn't, for us, it doesn't work, and I'm not quite sure if it works for anybody. Holler at us, but we have found that if we know what we're gonna have every single night for dinner with our family, then it saves us time, it saves us stress. We have it written out on a board, so our daughter actually knows what's gonna be for dinner. So that annoying question, parents, of what's for dinner, like that doesn't happen, because, well, if it does, I can just say read the board. My handwriting sometimes is bad, but she can for the most part read it. So it saves us in a lot of just brain space.
Yeah, brain
It frees up a lot of brain space to know what we're going to eat every single night, even into the weekends. So this isn't just, we don't do this just on the weekdays. We're not just weekday planners.
Yeah. And the second system that we use is that we have grocery pickup.
Yeah.
So grocery pickup is huge with us because for the longest time we were going to the store, spend about hour 15, 2 hours. And now we've noticed that there's places like Meijer, places like Kroger, even Amazon.
Walmart, everywhere,
They even have companies where they drop your food off, like Amazon. And I think that's the best investment you can make with just delivery or even having to go pick up, because that's going to save you so much time.
If you're running around with kids' schedules or whatever, we just got out of soccer season and had multiple days a week and things like that, where we were busy. It just really, it saves you time to do that. And then, if I have to go back to the store maybe once a week, it's maybe like a 15-20 minute, just run in and grab some stuff and then come back out.
So how long do you think that it takes you just to plug in the food into the app?
I mean, that will take a little bit of time because you got to search for it and you got to put it in there, but it saves the things that you normally get, so it kind of knows what you're doing, and then you figure out the system over time, right? Sometimes it'll give you like recommended foods, and it knows different things. You can do that kind of stuff. But honestly, it's a lot easier because, one, I don't have to take the kids with me, so it's not all those temptations in the store for them. And two, I can just be here at home, like we're watching a movie as a family or something one night, and I'm just plugging everything in. So it's a lot easier to do it that way.
And then you just drive there and pick up the food, and you're on your way, and that's just a huge time saver. And that's for a busy family, time is very valuable.
I would say the one thing though that might be, if you have not done this before and you don't do like a whole entire week like we do, it might be a little bit of a sticker shock for you. Because you're getting a whole entire week's worth of food at one time. But we have found it helps us to stick to our budget so much better. I mean, if you're just going out to eat or you're going to the store to pick up things, you may not stick to a budget as well that way. So I think we can just make it a lot more like budget friendly for us, especially with how everything has increased recently, that we can stick to that budget. It just there's so many benefits to doing it this way.
And I think that if you're not ready to make a whole week's worth of grocery list, then start with, like how I do with my food, is half of the week. Just start creating a list for half of the week, and then do the same thing for the second half. It's because you want to have a plan either way. So you want to make sure that you set yourself with small wins, even if it's just starting small like that.
Yeah, definitely. Small changes equal long-term, success. So just those small steps to begin with is great. I would say the last thing is that we work together on this, and that makes it a lot easier. It really does. We're not going to jump over that part that we cook together, we plan together. So it does make the nutrition aspect of things
and
easier.
It's fun to do it together as well. You want to work together as a team, because this is your home. This is this is you guys working together and really trying to build that quality time together as well.
Meal plan, prep, and just kind of getting it done ahead of time.
And I think Sundays for us work the best, because that's when we're pretty much relaxing, going to church, and then we come home and have a little time to relax, and then we start prepping.
Prep for the week so you can have that success.
A good tip there is just to if you can find a day that you can be productive, do it then. Maybe it's after a morning workout on Saturday, you got the groceries, you start prepping, you do the things that you can do in that productive manner, so that way you're not missing it.
All right, what is our second big thing that really helps us stay on track with nutrition?
Exercising. Going to the gym, exercising. For me, I have a gym that's nearby, so it's about 7 minutes away. It doesn't take that long to get there. Save time on drive time, traffic, and I just look for the most efficient way to save time.
Like with your workouts, are you saying? Like,
not with my workouts, with
just
in general
travel.
time.
Gotcha.
Just travel time, and if I have a gym that's close enough, I get my workout in there real quick, get done, kind of drive right back home, and be here.
Gotcha. Yeah. And for me, I mean, I work in a gym, so I'm there all day, and so I try to squeeze in time in between clients. That's a big thing. And then on weekends, he'll watch the kids so I can go. So again, working together is a huge thing, but I would recommend for all parents out there, if you've got littles, find a gym that has childcare. It may cost you a little bit more. It probably will cost you a little bit more. But honestly, if you maybe just hit up like a Planet Fitness or something that has a cheaper membership rate, and you've got kids and that's going to deter you from going to the gym, then are you really going to use that membership? So I think it's really important to find a gym that has some quality childcare, of course, and your kids know what you're doing and they understand. So
you definitely want to make sure you're working on your health, and paying that little extra is going to be beneficial for you, because you can look at it two different ways. You can either look at it as, one, you're going to pay for your health now with the food that you buy and with memberships that you have, or you're going to pay for your health later on, doctor bills, with all the things that you're going to have to deal with if you're not going to work on your health now. So either way, you're either going to pay for it now or going to pay for it later. So why do you think it's important for us to do this? Why do we do this?
I definitely have seen an improvement in quality of life. I think, I had a child before I started working out in the gym, and I wasn't eating as healthy, and the aches, the pains, just like different things, energy disruptions, stuff like that, that it just wasn't. It wasn't really conducive to raising young children. And now, I'm running around with our 2-year-old at the soccer field, and I'm not out of breath, and, I could keep going. And of course I can outrun him because I'm taller than him, but still, like, it's just, I see improvements in my quality of life.
So much joy in those moments when you're running around with your kids and actually being involved with them. And they're going to remember this forever. They're going to continue to remember. Remember when Mom and Dad used to play with us? Baseball. We were all playing baseball last night. Just all of us, just having fun. And those are the memories that will last forever. And that's so important for people to work on themselves, work on their health, because people around you are going to be impacted. Yeah,
definitely. And I think if you get sick, like, that's one of the big things. Like, I got sick here recently, and I recovered actually very quickly. And I feel like, as parents, we're not immune from getting sick. Like, it's going to happen. Our kids are little germ factories. They're going to bring stuff home. We're going to get sick. And if we're already taking care of our bodies and our health, then we're going to be able to recover quicker. And we're going to be able to get back to taking care of our families quicker. So I think that's another, it is part of quality of life, improving your quality of life, but another, like, specific reason why. All right, I think those are our two main ones. Of course, it's nutrition and exercise, but it's more specific than that, right? And how we really hone in on those things as busy parents.
Yes, and we hope that you guys have gained some insight on how we do things, and this stuff works for us. Definitely do what works for you. You don't have to prep all week. You don't have to go to the gym 5 times a week. Just do what you can, and eventually it's going to snowball effect to where you're just on path for your fitness, path to your best self, and you'll be able to just have the energy to live life to the fullest.
So if you guys want to, just visit our website. We have some free resources for you, some free high protein meals, some free workouts for men. We love to talk about this with everyone. Really, this is what we do. This is who we are. So I hope you enjoyed our podcast, and we will see you next time.
Peace.